up, Cable Dogs? How are we doing? That I was watching alongside on the next screen, on the good screen, and that is the best that intro has ever looked. It was actually, I could see almost every frame. What a treat! Still in the bubble, yeah. Everyone's talking as if the bubble is a new thing. I've been in the bubble for a while. Is this everyone hinting that it's time to get out of the bubble? Is it time to leave the spider bowl and figure out something new? I know for season 3, I might get off the spaceship. I might do something new. No, it's okay. I wasn't really accusing you of insulting my aesthetic. But yes, it is a new orb. Yeah, if you weren't here last week. Yeah, I'm in a much more yellow one because I thought yellow has been, in theory, the kind of show palette. But outside of some little pop-ups like the socials up there, there's not really a lot of yellow in there. There's some little touches of gold, but I don't have a lot of yellow on here. So I thought, since I had to overhaul last week due to everything smashing and destroying itself, I figured why not add in a little bit more yellow. Yeah, it does. This one's pineapple. The other one was I don't know, whatever flavour blue things normally are. The other one had a kind of a translucent blueness to it, but this one's pineapple, which I don't like as a fruit. I wouldn't really eat a chunk of pineapple. I mean, I would, but I wouldn't choose to. But I like pineapple flavoured thing. I like a pineapple juice, and this is more like a pineapple juice than a chunk of pineapple. So let's just kick everything off, shall we? I know what you're here for. I've seen the chat. In fact, scroll through. I'll answer some burning questions. Will there be a muscly Mike? I'm gonna sort of interpolate that as a question from Egg. There might be a muscly Mike. I don't know. I haven't actually switched up the options for a while. Maybe next week we'll have some brand new mics that we've never seen before. But for now, it's mostly. I think it's the same that we had last time. Last time we had a choice, but we haven't seen all of them yet. So it's really up to you if you want to pick one that we've already met, or you want to meet somebody new. That's up to you. Sheeda says it's the plane from Lost. Well, is it the plane from Lost? I don't know. That is the question, really, isn't it? Is it the plane from Lost? It is a plane. There was a plane on Lost. So, ipso facto, it could well be the plane from Lost. I don't know. So let's skip over to the lab and see who we've got to choose from today. Look at this. We've got a new tunnel. I couldn't find the old tunnel, I'll be honest. Some of this stuff I've managed to get back to its state after Mike destroyed it. Couldn't take down the whole ship, but did take down some key parts of the ship. The Verse Lab I've had to rebuild from scratch, but luckily I still had a lot of the components, a lot of the resources. But the route there, the little centrifuge thing that we used to go through, is lost to time. I've got no idea where I got that from. Let me know if this is hard to look at the new portal as well, because it is a new portal. That's another thing that I had to change. And some of the things I've added, I will be honest, I find a little upsetting to look at while I'm practicing with them. So if this is a bit much, it does flash a lot more than the old one did. But I don't know if it's a sort of flash that is upsetting or if it's a nice flash. Who knows? I think there are different versions, aren't there? Different versions of flashy lights. Exactly. And the last one again was blue, whereas this one, when I went to the portal shop, I said I'm really looking for something more in a kind of mustard, and this is what they had, and I thought, yeah, that's perfect. Flash is a bit much, but it's pretty good. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, well, I can send you the portal somehow. I can get that across to you. I have the portal on its own. This is all piecemeal. This lab. It's a very, like we talked about, the sort of junk punk. That's the look we like, isn't it? My ship is very much that. It's cobbled together from lots of different sources. So yeah, I might well do that. It is something that I am, and this is not supposed to be wordplay, but will come across like it. I am sensitive to these things. I know that they are issues. I think I've talked in the past when I used to work at escape rooms. That was something that had to be thought about. One of those sort of things you don't really think about until you're right about to let people in, and then you realise that you are going to kill someone with your original plan, and you've just spent a bunch of money on it, and now you need to spend a bunch more fixing it. But this wasn't quite as expensive as any of that. Nice dab synth. Great dab. One of the all-time great dabs. So let's get into the options. Just make sure nothing weird is playing. There's lots of lots of potential weird things that can go on in this lab, and I'm never really sure what I've left on. So these are our options again. Some familiar faces. The chat might be obscuring some of it, so I'll just tell you that's Fast70 up in the corner, up in the left corner, who might be a familiar silhouette to some of you. We've got 18 Gra right there in the top middle. He's one of our eggs, and I don't think we've met that one yet. We've got AD08L, who I believe we did meet. I think that's actually the last MikeO that we did meet was that one. It's a little bit hard to tell sometimes. Synth wants to meet that one again, so maybe we've forgotten who that is, or maybe we just liked it so much. Maybe it was just such a riveting, authentic portrayal of a human being who could actually exist. No, it's fine, Synth. It's fine. WG, yeah, I think last week when these weren't actually options, but the contest somehow accidentally started running itself. I think. Oh, you're so close to having the cool hacking number of Peaches, Sheeta, or you were. Yeah, we haven't met. Well, are all of those gonna be Mike's? God, that would be good if they were. And if they're not, I bet the creator of this portal is really kicking themselves that they didn't figure out a way to do that. In fact, now as I'm talking, I'm figuring out a way that could have happened. It would have been a little messy to do live, but certainly not impossible. So yeah, we've got WG98 down there in the bottom left, who we haven't met yet. We've definitely not met them yet. We've got, I think that's DCDR in the bottom middle, who is a potentially seductive character, I guess, from looking at the silhouette. Hard to tell. I mean, everyone's a bit seductive in silhouette, aren't they? Hitchcock, etc. And we've got YKA_J there in the bottom right, an old favourite who has not only appeared in the portal, has appeared in the official licensed tie-in game. Not to spoil it for anyone who hasn't figured out who that is, but I do believe we have met YKA_J. I don't know. There is a command to figure out. I think it's points. We call them peaches. Well, actually, we've got two different types of points, which is the problem earlier when I was trying to give myself 100,000 points so that I could buy the Ziggy stream. Is that the points that you can set are peaches, and peaches are not what you use to buy the fish and chips. Those are cable points. We've got two different types of points. Whoa, that is a lot of peaches. See, with that many peaches, you would definitely be able to buy yourself the Ziggy stream. But unfortunately, it's two separate things. I don't know. I think there is a way to get it. I think try this. Try !redeem space Ziggy, and I think that will buy you the Ziggy stream with your peaches if you haven't just bet all of them on one of the MikeOs. Well, I don't know. See, that's the thing, Zol. I don't know where you get the peaches from. I don't actually know how you earn them anymore. I think you earn them just as time goes on, in the same way that you earn cable points. It's just a little less clear. You don't have a running total right there on the app of how many peaches you've got. If you do whatever command Synth just did, you can probably figure out how many peaches you got. Yeah, see, you've got some peaches. You're 34th on the leaderboard out of 311 peach holders, which is not that bad. It's really not that bad. No, is it not letting you do it? Let me try it. Maybe it takes a mod's touch to do this. Hold on, a little bit of dead air, but I think it'll be worth it. Oh no, Synth got there first, and there is a cooldown. Only one person can get it. So congratulations to Synth, who has just bought the exclusive rights to watch an 8-hour stream of Egg talking about the newspaper comic strip Ziggy, which was, I know, a much requested reward, and is a secret item on the menu that I've just revealed and has been redeemed now. So that is binding. That is a contract. Obviously, everyone on the C2 stream team does sign a whole plethora of legal contracts, one of which says that you will honour any reward that states that you will do something. It's kind of like Impractical Joker's rules. You know, you're not allowed to refuse a punishment. You're not allowed to refuse a reward at all, or you're off the show. You will be kicked out of the group. And with love, not with prejudice, but it's just the law. And Super Jazz is in the chat, so I'm sure he can back that up. Lawyer Mike, Islanders Mike, can tell you that all of that is 100% legally binding. Yes, yeah, Sheeda had the right idea of becoming a freelancer, just popping up on various different shows. Under the Hat, Rev Girls. I was thinking this morning, Sheeda, that I have left it about 2 months since I last replied to you about us talking about putting something together. I promise you, I haven't forgotten. I have been thinking about it this time. I am just, as anyone involved in this who has ever tried to form any sort of relationship with me can attest, I am absolutely the most impossible person to keep in touch with. And I will say on stream, so it's on record, it's not because I don't like any of you that I'm not replying to. It's just the way that my head works. I'm going to blame it on my upbringing. I promise you that I'm not replying because I don't want to reply. There are lots of people who I love who I am currently refusing to have a conversation with for no good reason, none whatsoever. No, I'm cancelling myself on my own stream. I'm sorry. I mean, there are a lot of mics, and not just. I mean, there are 7 mics currently on your screen, 1 audio, 6 visual, and there's at least 1 mic in the chat who isn't played by me. So let's get the options off. Where's Arby? I've rebuilt the Arby alert, and I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I want to use it. So let's pop into close-up mode, shall we? Hey, look, everything's prepared already. I didn't think that was going to be there. I realized during the countdown that I hadn't set up the text thing, but I guess it remembered what I was after. Thank you. Yes, you missed the tunnel the first time. I was explaining I've lost the original centrifuge that was destroyed in the battle against Omike, but I have built a new tunnel. I know there are so many frames going on, aren't there? I've figured out so many tricks recently of how to make things look nice and smooth, which has kind of helped me out a lot in these thoughts of other things that I want to do. There are other show ideas that I've had that I have put on the back burner for myself. I haven't even bothered talking to anyone or trying to find a slot for them because as soon as I started planning them, I thought there's just no way I can handle this. Like there's things that I want to do that I wasn't sure I'd be able to do, and now I'm sort of using this main show as a trial to see what is the most ambitious I can be and still be watchable. And so far, it seems like it likes me having videos today. It actually lets me play videos. It catches every frame of my face in the bowl. Usually, I'm kind of jutting around. I am getting creative. Well, I was thinking about a show after because we started doing these sort of original things, the little TikTok things, and I've just been learning all these new little tricks, and I want to use them for something more C2 related, not just the little videos that we do, which I love doing and will do many more of. But I thought, would it be a fun thing if there was a show and it was a strict time limit, like a half-hour show where we conceived of, shot, edited, like produced, and then published a video. And each week we would do it with the intention of creating a viral video together, and we would have to do it within that time slot. And I think that would be a cool collaborative thing. Like we just every week we're making a viral video together, start to finish. And I think it could be fun. I think it will be an incredible strain trying to do that in a short period of time. Like there's some things that we'll have to write off, but I think if I kind of compartmentalize things and have all the things that we want to do, like I've got my props and my green screen and the several, like I make templates for the After Effects, so we're not doing everything from scratch. I think that'd be a fun thing to do. And I'm just wondering, will my computer let me have After Effects open and OBS at the same time? I'm not really sure, but I think it would be a fun experiment. Maybe I'll do a pilot of it. We'll see how that goes. If the technology isn't there yet, that's fine. We'll wait until I've got something a little more powerful. But I think that could be a fun thing. And originally I was thinking, oh, we could do that. That's sort of a multiverse thing. We do group projects. We're trying to create things together. But then I thought maybe it would be nice if it's its own thing, its own little type thing. Yeah, the hype house, exactly. We are starting our real hype house. And there's no reason why one of those videos couldn't genuinely become a viral thing. And much like the pig rescues goat, we will use it, or actually not like the pig rescues goat, like the original plan for pig rescues goat, we will then be able to use it to get people to watch a lot of our other cool stuff, which is kind of the C2 way. We do something big and weird that gets people's attention, and then we're like, hey, by the way, we have regular shows too. We have these smaller things that maybe don't seem as eye-catching, but I promise you, if you like this, you're going to like what else we put out. Cool. Well, I'm glad. This was sort of my pitch meeting. Yeah, exactly. It is. I mean, it will be genuinely be a content factory. Just an assembly line, all of us coming up with something together, and just struggling against a deadline. At the end of the half hour, we have to publish it. So that will kind of put some nice limits on ideas. I know when Arby was talking about movies too, and I said to I said about the Hays Code, how in a lot of ways, obviously the Hays Code was terrible. Lots of censorship of things that don't really need to be censored. But in another way, it created some great things. Like Brief Encounter would not be as fantastic a film as it is if they hadn't have had to find all these creative ways around stuff. I think there's a real depth to the subtext of it that might not have been as powerful or as interesting if they hadn't have had to dance around these restrictions. I think sometimes boundaries can really help. And I think the idea of we've got half an hour to do this, whatever idea we come up with, we have to be able to create start to finish in that time, and have it be as good as we want it to be. And I'm sure some of the things we pump out will maybe not be not be exactly what we want, but maybe that's also fun. That's kind of funny too. Especially if we're quite open about the premise in publishing it, that this was something that was made on the show under this remit. Draw Ziggy in 30 minutes. Yeah, that's it. See, we should all be using our shows as little pilot incubators. I think that Ziggy drawing could be spun off from coffee.sip or from Train Computer. Sorry now. That could absolutely be its own show. Yes, all the sexy, exactly. All the gratuitous nudity that Cable 2 has come to be known for. I think we've been using it as a crutch now. We've been leaning on it too hard. We've really been relying on it. And I think that if we challenged ourselves to be less sensual, then that might make something good. It might not. It might ruin it. I mean, I can't I can't imagine Fantasy Flight without the fantasy. But maybe there's something in the flight portion as well that people might respond to. Just an aeroplane going into a tunnel at high speed. The engine is the car's genitals. Yeah, which is weird, as most cars now have the engine in the front, right behind the headlights, which I think we can all agree are the eyes. So it's a bit strange. But then I guess the exhaust pipe is also the genitals. I think I've seen that documentary that suggests that the exhaust pipe can be the genitals. The Rocket League cars are nude, not mine. Mine is very heavily dressed. Mine is specifically dressed as Crockett from Miami Vice. So I guess this is going to be one of the shows where we're not doing anything. Not even keeping the illusion of not having a body. Just doing the ghostly trio thing from Casper, where I'm just drinking coffee and it's just dripping out of my neck into my bowl, slowly filling up to my eyes. Teslas are genital free. I've been saying
Arby alert. Arby alert. Hey everybody. It's an Arby alert.
Hey everybody, it's an Arby alert. Hey Arby, how are we doing, Arby? Yeah, sorry to everyone else who doesn't get their own alert, but Arby's here through thick and thin. Arby has role played with me about homunculi and the FBI when everybody else had forsaken me. So Arby gets an alert all of their own, and it is extremely epic. I will agree. So, what are we doing today? Well, we're doing the same thing we always do. I'm pretending as though we're going to complete a project and just hanging out. So, just to recap what we've got so far, this is our list of things that we are going to have to produce in order to establish, install our franchise in the public consciousness. No, do not forsake me. There is a reason I've not added that to the button, because I know my chat will get filled with forsakings. I can't be forsaken again. Don't forsake me. Do not forsake me. I am not to be forsaken. So this is what we're doing. We're doing the film. We can do the film, and with this new thing, we've got the Hype House down here already on the list, and with the Hype House, with the content we're producing for the Hype House, guerrilla marketing. I think we talked a bit about guerrilla marketing last time, maybe. And I've been talking about all these little TikTokers that have suddenly become, sponsored. We can absolutely start creating, non-disclosed sponsored content, non-disc sponcon. Sheeda is chappy. Sheeda is explicitly chappy. I don't know if you can see it down here. Sheeda is like chappy, and yeah, in a way, we're all chappy. I feel like I've missed some things. Oh, Synth has abandoned us for the outside. Okay, fine. Once again, not sure that really fits into the C2universe. If you are a haunted synth, don't know how going outside would work for you. We're saying Muppets. We are saying Muppets in the chat. And there's no context in the chat, which makes me feel like it must be a response to something that I've said, and I cannot think why we're all saying Muppets. Yeah, guerrilla marketing, especially as I have just I've just rewatched the first two of the reboot Planet of the Apes recently. I've never seen the third one. I'm gonna watch the third one soon, but I just watched the first two. And so I'm in that gorilla mindset. I'm thinking about gorillas a lot lately. Last night I was googling why gorillas can't talk, and I'm not satisfied with the answer that I've got. I don't see any reason why a gorilla can't talk. Yeah, the James Franco one, and then he's not in the second one. I think it's implied that he died, but he does come back for a little flashback cameo. So it's not like he just didn't come back. I guess they just decided not to have him in anymore. Who knows why? MikeO will. Oh no, I didn't. I haven't. Not the not that reboot. The reboots of the reboot. The prequels to the originals, possibly. Maybe I will watch the Wahlberg one. Yeah, maybe I will. I actually don't think I've ever seen the Wahlberg one the full way through. I've seen the original Heston one. I haven't seen any of the sequels to the originals. I don't know if they're worth watching. But the Franco one's good. I really like the Franco one. I think that holds up, and I like the second one too. The second one's really different. It's like a Alien to Aliens thing, and that two films of very different genres that I think both as enjoyable as each other in their own special way. Oh, gorillas can't talk because they die in car crashes before their vocal cords hit maturity. Yeah, it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. We're all talking about coronavirus that only affects humans, and yet none of us can spare a thought for all the gorillas dying in the car crashes. Yeah, look, there's no good reason a gorilla can't talk. The best answer I could find was that their brains just aren't evolved enough. Their anatomy is. They have the same vocal tracts as us, basically. They have the same larynxes. They perform the same functions, or can perform the same functions. It's just that their neural pathways they just haven't quite got there. But I don't believe that, because gorillas can speak sign language. Gorillas can talk to us. They can understand us, and they can respond back to us. Like Coco could have full conversations, right? So clearly their brains are able to process language. They're able to think the right thoughts and then express them. So if they can do that and they can form the words, there's just absolutely no good reason why an ape can't talk. And if an ape can talk, an ape could make a film about a Planet of the Apes. I mean, that is the reboot that we're building towards. And I do think we're not far away from a gorilla talking. I mean, it just takes one little mutation, right? If they're almost there, and all creatures, as far as I understand, are basically evolving a little bit all the time, right? We're all moving forward. Like this is nothing is in its final state, right? So it won't be long. We'll hear a gorilla talk before I die. I think in my lifetime we'll have a gorilla speaking English. They get too excited when Uptown Funk comes on when they drive. Yeah. No, I can buy that. I mean, that's a risk for humans, and we only avoid constantly dying in car crashes because of that, because of our slightly more advanced brains. And gorillas will get there. A gorilla will be able to drive and sing along to Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson before I die, in my lifetime. Yeah, we have evolved beyond it. It's like I don't know what it's like. It's like a fear of fire. You know, we can now harness fire. We can light the stove without freaking out. Whereas, you know, a gorilla will see a flame and still leap back from it, right? Uptown Funk is very much the same. You know, we hear Uptown Funk, and we just do a little dance, right? We just do the little dance from the video, and a gorilla sees it, and obviously they will have the thought to do the little dance from the video because they've seen the video, they've enjoyed the video. You know, monkeys like visual stimuli. You know, they like watching stuff, but they just get too excited. They're overwhelmed by it. They can't get a handle on their feelings for it in the same way that we can. We feel the same emotion, the same excitement, but then we're able to tamper that. We're able to crush that down and get on with our day and go to our 9 to 5 job and enter the data into the computer. Whereas a gorilla will never make it to their 9 to 5 job. They will crash their car off the Golden Gate Bridge into the river below, and die before even making it to work. And their boss will notice they're not there. They'll get ready to discipline them. They've had these issues before. I mean, timekeeping, not a gorilla's strong suit. In a trial set, like I'm on trial for killing my gorilla husbands. I'm on trial for a sort of Chappaquiddick situation with gorillas. I'm an expert witness in this. Yeah. It's me explaining why a gorilla could not possibly be responsible for the Chappaquiddick incident. And nor could Ted Kennedy for the exact same reasons. I was right. I told you this was going to be a show where we were not achieving things. So she does like Chappie. And I think... I don't know. I'm thinking about gorillas now. I'm just thinking about gorillas. I kind of wish that this was a show about gorillas. I wish that there was a gorilla Mike. I wish I thought of that. You wanted a muscular Mike. We should have some gorillas in this. Well, let me take us down to settings, right? These are our characters. If anyone isn't represented, I'm seeing some people that definitely aren't. Some obvious. I couldn't help but wonder. Was I Chappie? I'm seeing Islanders Mike is not. That was my Sarah Jessica Parker, by the way. Which, is... Everyone's got one in their repertoire, right? I'm Chappie. That's my Kim Cattrall. Islanders Mike, I don't believe was on this list. I'll chap anything once. That's acting. That's acting. You're on the list. Were you already on the list? You're on the list now. I can't. I'm just glossing over this list. I'm looking at the list. But I think I'm so distracted by the sheer amount of description next to Shida that it's unclear to me now what after Shida is not another person. Um, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. Look, this I don't know what the roadmap is for this stream for the C2 universe. At some point, we're going to have to actually do something with this. I don't know when that is. I don't know how many months of me just typing this text document we're going to get before we actually move next. Yeah. They will think this is a manifesto when they find me, and I've still got this open because I do intend to die immediately following a stream. That is my hope, that I'll be ripped limb from limb by the gorilla that we've bought and have been trying to train for the sequel, for the C sequel. The C in sequel is the letter C for cable. Um, I'll be ripped limb from limb, but they'll leave me right here in my chair facing the stream, and I will have finished the stream. Don't worry, I'm not intending to. Who was that guy? I don't even know who to reference. Or the lady, Rebecca Hall played her in the movie. Yeah, one last TikTok. I mean, it's a dark thought, but I haven't heard about it happening, but I can't believe that it hasn't happened at some point, right? Maybe they just, I mean, obviously they delete it. Maybe they've swept it under the rug. I know. Yeah. Ooh. No. Have fun. You know that this stream only works if if I'm using you for content. You know this. You know that it is all about chat. When there's no chat, there is no show, because I don't have anything. I don't have anything planned. You know, there are two types of episode that I do. I do an episode where I've gone to stupid amounts of effort to make something completely ridiculous, like the dating sim, or else there will be episodes where absolutely nothing is going on because I've just thought, well, I haven't made anything this week. I've got a text document and I've made a bunch of assets for the overlay, and that is it. That is all I'm gonna do. Do something. I'm not gonna do something. No, I refuse. This is not the hype. Should this be the pilot? Are we gonna workshop that? All right, fine, fine. If that's what we're gonna do, if we're abandoning the C2 universe, look, here we go. Let's change my text thing. Okay, we're no longer doing C2 franchise. We're doing text edit Untitled, right? Okay, this is the High Pass show. This isn't the High Pass show. That sounded like I was doing an intro. I did not intend to do it. God, I don't know how to use text edit. I don't know what any of the shortcuts are on the keyboard. I was trying to do Command E to center it, but that is not what it's called. All right. So in the spirit of this show, then this will be the only pre-show thing we do. This will be the only workshop thing we do, and then I will prepare all the assets, and then I'm going to find a day and I'm going to do it. And we're absolutely going to do it. See, Tooniverse. That's something. All right. Let me write that in the other document very quickly. I think that's something we will want for posterity, and who knows what it means. But yeah, there should be an under the sea thing. There should be an Aquaman style thing. In fact, I was just watching a 46-minute video yesterday on making After Effects underwater elements, and it was I'm just in a phase recently where I'm watching really dry technical videos about stuff. I said in the Hype House chat the other day about this Northern Irish guy I found who just talks about how he gets like these spam emails and he phones up their call centers and they put remote things on his computer and then he reverses it and then he's in their computer, and it's just the driest videos that I've ever seen. Like there's no emotion in at all, and I absolutely love it. I watched like an hour and a half of them the other day of just watching this guy, very monotonous, like very like he's interesting somehow, even though he's talking about things I've got no idea. I don't know anything about computers or maths or anything like, and it's all about the technical side of it, and he's talking about doing it, and he sounds a bit like Liam Neeson. He's got that kind of tone to his voice. It's very much the iconic phone call, the kind of breathy. unemotional voice, and I can just watch it for ages. And I'm doing the same with After Effects tutorials. I'm watching loads of stuff and I'm figuring out some very cool things. Uh, I'm already amazed at myself of how far I've come since that video trying to put my face on Batman in that clip. That was the first ever thing I did with After Effects, and the things I am capable of doing now are so far beyond that. Mainly because I watch so many tutorials. I'm just obsessed with watching things that should be very boring, but I'm just watching this guy turn footage of a dilapidated house into like an underwater tracking shot, and he's normalizing this 3D world, and he's creating like populating it with these particles that spin around, and then he's turning them into fish, and it's just the coolest thing. A tutorial, yeah. Well, maybe that'll be the other half of the Hype House show, right? And I was thinking, right, this is my pitch for the title of it. This is what I've been calling it in my head as I've been kind of workshopping it with myself. Just thinking, I'm thinking of calling it. Uh, I thought that kind of spoke to it. I don't know what the marketability of something that has the name of someone else's property in it is, but I'm sure you can do it. I mean, there are companies with the names of other companies in it, right? But I think it speaks to what we're doing, that it's a time thing. It's a time bomb, right? We've got a certain amount of time, and at the end of it, we have to, it's going to go off this timer. Maybe I'll have a timer. Maybe I'll have a timer visible on the stream, and I'll do like a very quick intro telling people, this is the premise, this is what we're going to be getting up to, and then I got to start the clock, and that's it. So you constantly know we're doing the Hitchcock thing of telling you there's a bomb that's going to go off, and you're just waiting for it, and that's building suspense. It's a thriller. It really is. It's a thriller as much as it is a collaborative show. Oh, that would be great if I had a Mission Impossible style fuse, and then and if I made it insanely loud, the explosion, and I made sure that I was monitoring it so that I was the most affected by it, so that it would go off in my earpieces, so I would know as soon as that happens, I have to open up TikTok and publish it, and that's it. So maybe that's. Yeah, I will be completely deaf within like a month of doing this. But I was thinking, I mean, we'll find a time. I don't know. We'll have a little look at the schedule maybe later today. See if there is a time that we think will be good. Is there a time that people are generally willing and waiting to watch something that we haven't got anything regular that we could throw something into? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a gap that has inexplicably not been filled that we know would do very well, because obviously this is quite a collaborative thing. I think within the premise, it doesn't die if nobody else is around. I can on stream conceive of something myself and put it together and do it all, but it's obviously a lot more fun if a lot of people are around. uh, yeah, I'm gonna figure out a way to fry my computer's motherboard, by putting a little cartoon bomb on my stream. I am seeing we are getting the bitrate is struggling a little bit with the bug at the bottom there, isn't it? My face is fine, but the bug is not super happy right now. Not really sure why. Wednesday, yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, my face cam seems all right. It's just the bug is struggling, crawling along. Yeah, Wednesday we've got Gamers Delight, and then Greg's new show, right? Which is a great 1-2 punch, and yeah, I mean this show I'm envisioning it as a sort of character select thing where it's short and sweet, it's in and out, kind of built into it. Yeah, no, definitely, and that's quite a good time before Gamers Delight is it's late enough that it's it's not insane to expect our key audience to be around for stuff. Like obviously a lot of the other things I do are quite early in the day, um, but it's not so late that it's an insane thought that I would be streaming at that time. It's not completely unsociable. to all the people around me with the sort of noise and nonsense that I'm getting up to. Yeah, I'll have a little think. Obviously, there's some physical stuff I need to figure out of I'll have a green screen permanently set up that we will be able to utilize, and I'll gather together some props and things. We've learned from the recent video at least one thing I'm not allowed to do on TikTok. Apparently, you're not allowed to graphically shoot someone to death on it, even if the blood is obviously cartoon. I think you're not. I think you're just not really supposed to fire guns on TikTok at all. It says that you're allowed to do it if it's like a shooting range, like a controlled thing. You can have a real gun, but I'm not allowed to have a BB gun that I've painted to look slightly more realistic. Because over here they have to be bright colors because it's illegal to walk around with a toy gun that looks like a real gun. So all of our like airsofts, the shape of them is obviously completely accurate the way it is everywhere, but ours have to be like bright orange with a blue tip in them, just to make sure. Yeah, no gun violence. I guess that's the thing. You can. I mean, I'm obviously one of those bleeding heart hippie liberals that thinks that there's not really anything a gun can do apart from inflict violence. Even if you're talking about hunting, you're still using it to kill, right? That's the one thing that they do. So I would argue that there really isn't any way you can display the use of a gun that doesn't suggest violence. I would say a shooting range, practicing so that you can use it in a real life situation, is maybe worse than me doing a parody of a TV show scene from 16 years ago that the majority of TikTok users will have never seen before. But what do I know? Apparently, I know less than TikTok. Apparently, I was using it to bring joy. It was entertainment. It was comedy. I wasn't really saying I want to shoot the jockeys union representatives. I just thought it would be a funnier ending than what you were expecting it to be. I thought it would be funnier if it suddenly pivoted into a completely different style of drama. That was my entire thought behind it. It didn't have to be a gunshot. It was just on my mind. I just thought it would be funny, and I figured I knew that I could do it. I knew that it was a thing. I did the Robert Rodriguez thing of being like, what do I have at my disposal? What props do I have? I knew I had a gun. I knew I had a fake gun that was part of a Halloween costume from about 5 years ago, and I knew that I had it in a box up on a little storage bit in my home. And I thought, there's no way this will get me in trouble. It's so obvious. I mean, I'm shooting myself for once, and not even in a bad way. It's two of me. You know that other guy isn't actually getting shot by me because he's played by me. It's the same. It's me in a red wig. But I've now learned my lesson. Oh no, the TikTok dad is a rare beast. I've not met a TikTok dad before. Shooting myself, good. Yeah. I realized once I said I was shooting myself as if Bud Dwyer. That's what I was thinking of earlier. As if that wouldn't be it. Somehow I cannot help but talk about people shooting themselves on TikTok. There is no way I can get away from it as a topic. Yeah, I mean, Air Bud Dwyer. Yeah, I mean that's a good TikTok. I mean, yeah, if we were doing a pool of who would be the Bud Dwyer of C2, I don't know who would be my competition. I don't think anyone's that close. I think I'm the closest to being Bud Dwyer. What's the other one? Christine. God, it's so close. It's on the tip of my tongue. At least maybe this is a good thing that I can demonstrate that I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of people who have killed themselves publicly. Can I even talk about this on Twitch? I don't know what the Twitch TOS is. I'm not the legal guy. Stone was the guy who read all the TOS, and Stone is absent currently. Chris Christopherson. That's right. That's right. That's who it was. Yeah. So we've got a good Avengers building up here. This is what we wanted to do with C2 Universe. We've got George H.W. Bush. We've got Bud Dwyer, myself. It definitely is against the TOS. It is? Okay. I'm not recommending it. I'm just it's like I'm doing a history show. These are matters of public record. I'm not you know, I haven't even said what they did yet, have I? I don't think I've explicitly said why I keep thinking about them. Yeah, nobody is parodying themselves on this stream, or even talking about it. It's not even crossed their mind. I don't even know if it's ever happened ever anywhere in history. Okay, uh, we can wipe we can wipe this from the archives. Yeah, I'm talking about my character in Minecraft is called Bud Dwyer, and I was doing satire. I was doing satire within the Minecraft engine. So we've only got a few more minutes until we're meeting the other MikeO, and we're ending this place. So and I told you this is the only pre-production meeting that we're having about the show. Okay, I know. I'm in a hole and I'm trying to shoot my way out of it, and it's not working because I'm shooting down rather than up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I told you that I'm gonna get cancelled sooner or later. We've all agreed, I think, that I am the first to be cancelled, and not even for doing anything that bad, just for refusing to change the topic, despite my full legal team tugging at their collars and drawing their thumbs across their throat. Yes, that is the expectation. I mean, I obviously the pilot of it will tell us how realistic some of these ambitions are. Um, but yeah, that's why I thought I have the green screen. I'll shoot it. I think if we stick to green screen, then it at least avoids. I did some things. Yeah, for the last video, I don't have a full length green screen. My green screen only goes down like maybe halfway down me from my head down. So to get the full body shots, it was a mixture of green screen and rotoscoping, and rotoscoping is very tedious, very time consuming. Like there's just some stuff that if we want that sort of shot in it, we're just gonna have to scratch it. We're gonna say like I cannot. There's no way I will be able to rotoscope and render and bounce the video uh, in the time slot that we have for one show. Um, maybe at some point, we can look into getting a fuller green screen. For now, for my needs, I've got this sheet that doesn't do a lot. No, I know that's the thing. We have to. A lot of my things that I'm doing so far that I have done for both the C2 videos on the TikTok that aren't clips so far have taken a while. The last one I did in about a day, roughly a day it took me to do start to finish, which is quite a short turnaround. Um, I started and made some pretty good headway in editing everything on in one day, and then the next day it was just finishing off the rotoscope and adding in the extra effects. But it's just very tedious. It was a lot of work, and then obviously the rendering time as well. Because if you think like you've got footage at 30 frames a second, and even to do like a 5 second clip, you're having to scrub through like each frame individually to make sure that your kind of your mask is set the same way. It's Yeah, that's my main worry, is that the more After Effects stuff we have to do, the worse the show will play, because it is time. Like OBS is quite intensive sometimes if I'm trying to do other stuff. It doesn't always like me opening up my web browser even to do stuff once it started streaming. Sometimes it can be quite intensive, and After Effects is as well. So I am a little worried. We'll have to see how much we can do with that. Um, oh, that's a good idea. A green wall is a really good idea. If you're if you're committed to it, I think a green wall is great. I mean, it's so much more useful. Um, Yeah, see that I would like that as well. I mean I would like already if I'm not deliberately the only person in the videos because that's how I want it. I want to take over being the face of C2 pre-recorded video 100%. It's just that obviously, I'm the actor I have access to the most often. But I think that would be a really cool element as well if there were guest actors. I guess we often patch people in who have their own blue screens, their own green screens. Like when we did the Matrix, for instance, everyone was providing their own backdrops for those of them that had backdrops. So I think, yeah, we could patch in, and I have to figure out how to then record it, or I guess I could get whoever the actor is. I could get you to record your part of it yourself, send it over to me. Again, that's another rush of time. You need to be able to get that video to me. I need to be able to download that video and key you out and put you wherever you need to be. But yeah, I think that's good. I think it would be good if I'm yeah if I'm not the solo performer and stuff all the time. Because as I say, that's not a deliberate thing. It's not a stylistic choice always. Obviously, for the multiverse trailer, it was thematically appropriate. For other stuff, it's not necessary. Ooh, yes, that is a nice idea as well. If it's not necessarily that at the start of the show we are coming up with everything, maybe it's a thing. Yeah, maybe you and others can submit things. I can have a folder full of resources, full of elements, full of assets, and we come up with what we want it to be, and then maybe I can record my part in response to it. We can do a sort of dead men don't wear plaid thing where I've got some I've got like your half of a conversation already or whatever you're doing, and then I have to fit myself into that, or fit whoever else into that. I think that could be a cool idea as well. So maybe they're sort of pre-provided clips, maybe. And then I already make quite a lot of use of stock images and stock videos in what I'm doing so far. So we can have some stock actors as well. We don't necessarily have to be just us. It would definitely, and I think as much as I like the very stupid idea of doing absolutely everything start to finish. I think realistically, we can still have fun with the time crunch, and we can still make some cool things. If that's not exactly as we do, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, well, it will be hard enough even with things kind of preloaded, ready to go. Like I said, I want to, if we're going to use After Effects or Premiere or whatever, I can have all the LUTs and the presets and stuff just kind of in a folder that I can just open up, drag in, and we can work from there. So yeah, maybe it's a lot of is kind of working with what we've got in order to make something that that is what we want it to be, more or less. And yes, exactly. That was the real pleasure of doing the last one, is that unlike the multiverse trailer where I was trying as much as I could to make things look how I wanted them to look, to look uh, to some sort of standard. With the last one, there were a bunch of parts of the rotoscoping where it's like my hand disappears in a couple of frames, and if I was doing something that I cared about more, I would spend a couple more hours going through and getting it very precise. But there is a real freedom, a real luxury in thinking it doesn't really matter if this doesn't look as good as a video could possibly look, because that is partly the C2 way. So let's have a little look at our contest winner, because we are coming up to the end of the show now, and quite a clear winner here. Actually, I think the only person who voted uh, for the runner-up was Synth, who accidentally voted for one that we already knew that we didn't like. There's no need to be nervous about anything. What are you nervous? Are you nervous about meeting the new MikeO? Are you nervous about the prospect of being involved in TikTok Boom? So this is our winner. 75% of the votes nervous about the new MikeO. You don't need to be nervous. I need to be nervous about the new MikeO. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. So let's let me figure out how am I doing this. It's not always clear to me what's going to work before I I go over and start doing stuff. Right, let's see about. So just vamping just for a moment, just for a little moment, as we press all the bleeps and bloops, press all of our little buttons to announce the arrival of WG98. Okay, so something is going to be a little interesting here, but that's fine. That's fine. So why don't we head on over to the lab? Let's get you down, you naughty little theme music. How am I sounding now? A little better for you. What? What are we saying? What? I know, I'm sure you're all starstruck. I'm not sure who I am in your universe, but in my universe, I'm very famous. I am. I'm from New York on the show, and in real life. In my universe, this is what people sound like. Yes, that's right. What an Yggdrasil, is it? Always nice to meet a fan. This is Will and Grace. That is, yes, oh, you know the catchphrase. You know, every week I say, live from New York, this is Will and Grace. And in fact, Alec Baldwin played my boyfriend on the show. That's true. So I don't have a lot of time. We're already running over a little bit. But it's been such a pleasure to meet you all today. Here at the convention for Will and Grace fans, the Will and Grace Con. As you know, I'm sure it's the same in your universe, Will and Grace has been on the air solidly for 27 years and has won Golden Globes and Emmys and a Tony every single year since its conception. Oh, we don't have time for Q&A this week. I'm sure you'll be very disappointed, but I'm sure I'll be returning each and every week, and who knows what sort of scrapes I'm going to get into next week. So all that remains for me to say is be kind to yourself every single version. Goodbye, everybody.